Hey everyone, Anthony with Bangin Beers Podcast. We are back here at McNiff's. This is going to chop up a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of a choppy looking thing here. So we're going to be starting and stopping a couple times. It's not going to be a straight through show. That's why I gave you your sample cup. But if you want to be a savage, go ahead. Oh, you put it in my big cup. All right, that works too.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
It's our first time full setup in a bar. Last time we kind of had our old school setup. McNiff's is really cool. They hooked us up with some pretty cool beers. What are some of the things we have in the lineup tonight, Ben?
Okay, so we have a Guinness Draft. It looks like a Guinness Blonde, a Harp Lager, a Smithwick's.
Great. That's the Great Lakes.
No, that's a Smithwick's Red Ale.
That's Great Lakes.
This is the Great Lakes. This is Conway's Irish Ale.
Oh, Jesus, don't fall. Put the whole table
And
up.
it's the Guinness Extra Stout then too as well.
Yeah.
Along with Killian's On Draft.
Yes, we gotta mix in a little bit of everything. We're waiting for some people to kind of show up and kind of join us. I know my uncle's going to join us. He's going to be like the stay for the whole time. Then we have 3 guest mics. It's going to be fun. We have a lot of cool stuff to give away. McNiff's definitely took care of us tonight.
Yes.
And then we have did we say that we have Killian's? Did you say Killian's?
Yes, I did say Killian's at the end.
On draft, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I'm out of it.
That's okay.
It's going to be a very long day for me here today. It's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah, I know.
We have a gauntlet. So we have today we're doing this, and then tonight we're going to see the play for Clue, and then we're going to see a band. And then tomorrow we're doing it again, and we're going to Harris Family Brewing Company in Harrisburg.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So Jason wasn't able to make it today. Andy wasn't able to make it today, and Pops wasn't able to make it today. I'm not used to this headphone setup. I'm going to switch out real quick. Hold up.
That's absolutely fine.
Talk a little bit, Ben. Talk to the people.
What would be your beer that you're kind of excited for these Irish beers?
I've never really had a Great Lakes I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
I thought their Oktoberfest was good. I thought their Oktoberfest was on par with a lot of other beers that made Oktoberfest beers.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I believe I've had Killian's. I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, are we on your way here?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm excited for Killian's. I can only hear out of one earphone on this, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Killian's. I've never had Harper's. I haven't had Guinness Stout in a while, so I'm excited to see if... I remember having Guinness Stout, and I don't remember it being a coffee flavor to me.
That's interesting.
So I'm interested to see if that changes.
Okay, well, it is gonna be interesting because hey, take a drink every time he says he hates coffee.
Yeah, and he'd be hammered. I haven't had Guinness Blonde in a long time. I love Guinness Blonde. I did love Guinness Blonde. Let's see if that changes. And then I've never. What's the other one? The Guinness what?
It's extra draft. It's an extra draft.
Extra draft.
Mm-hmm. That's like a little bit. It's pretty different from the.
I've never had that.
Yeah,
I've never had that either. So I mean, I think the only thing in this lineup that I've had is Killian's, which we're gonna go for first here.
And I did try a little bit of it. It's been a little while since I had Killian's as well.
Wow. Mm-hmm. It's got like a malt, but also like a coppery taste to it.
It does, yeah. It's caramel. It's caramely.
Yeah,
to me at least. But yeah, I always like this. I always like this. So. Oh.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah.
He wants to talk to you. Oh wait. Oh, never mind.
What? Just say like, okay, let's talk right now. I'll plug him right into a microphone. I just got a message from Dave here. Oh, yeah, Dave's going to be joining. Dave Lorenzo's going to be joining us as well.
Yeah.
He's actually bringing us some beers for the show, right?
Yes. I asked him if he was able to get some stuff. I said, hey, if you wanted to grab anything, you're more than welcome to. Go from there. Yeah. Just to help him out.
He's our mule for Imprint.
Yes, he is.
And then he was cool enough to even give Imprint some of our stickers and pins and say like, hey, these guys are pretty cool. You should check them out. And and hopefully maybe we'll have an Imprint show soon.
I would really look forward to that.
I heard that if you were to go do something there, like if you're a band, you actually play on a balcony that overlooks everything.
Yeah, basically where their like tap system is and where like their menu is, it's all up on.
So
we'll
be higher than everyone, like kings.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
We'll be the podcast kings. I wonder if a podcast has ever been done there.
We got the higher ground, so
yeah, we have the higher ground. Someone's getting elbow dropped, flying cross body.
That'd be a ridiculous 5-star frog splash on that freaking stage, man.
Jump to the table. I definitely wouldn't do it, but Let me pull up Untapped here.
Yeah, sure.
So these are not your traditional. I mean, Great Lakes, yeah. I don't know about Harper. I'm not sure exactly how many of these would constitute a craft beer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure.
No,
how
I totally get you. I mean, I would say more like macro.
To me, beer's beer. Yeah, microbrewer. I don't see. Once again, I'm not a beer smart. I'm not a smart beer guy. I just drink them.
It goes.
So there's your micros and then your
actually
home
it would go nano, micro, and macro. Macro being the larger.
Interesting.
Three. So
Very
nano is kind of like what we're doing tomorrow at Harris Brewing Company. They're actually considered a nano brewery. It depends on how
below
much
that is microbrewery. I mean,
homebrew, nano, micro, and then because they produce so many barrels.
Is this the George Killian's Irish Red that we're having?
I'm pretty sure that it is. I'll double check on that as well.
I believe it is. So this is a 5.4 ABV. It's made by So this is made by Coors Brewing Company. Yeah. I wasn't aware of that. So yeah, I'm not even going to go into the idea of what Coors Brewing Company is because you definitely know what it is. But this is Killian's Irish Red Ale's traditional lager with an authentic Irish heritage base on the Killian's family recipe and created for Killian's Brewery in, I'm not going to try to say the name of that, in Ireland, in 1864. And it's Corthy. You nailed it. In 1864, Coors acquired the rights to brew and market this product in America. Killian's was introduced in the U.S. in 1981.
Whoa.
Killian's Irish Red delivers a distinct red amber color. You're going to be over here then. You don't go that way. You're right. Go that way, but you're going to be over here.
This way?
Yep. Yeah, go around my back here. Uncle Butch is in the house.
Cue the Mick Foley music.
Yeah. Like entrance music here.
Yeah.
So our first one we're doing here, Butch, is Killian's Irish Red.
I've had it before.
You've had it before?
Indeed.
At the firehouse when they left the quarters like that.
Well, we'll wait till you sit down here so we can get that on. Get that gold story you're telling here. We're missing it out here.
Been a while, Butch.
Yes, how you doing?
Good,
these new mics you gotta get it right on top of.
All right.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yep.
They're gonna be stellar. So
you hear everything good?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hello. Good.
Yeah.
Now, am I like live now?
No, it's not live.
no.
Okay.
Yeah. No pressure. If you say something, I can get rid of it.
Oh no. See, I was just going to explain to you that I'm opinionated, and it is what it is, and I'm certainly not going to change this for you for today. Just
Yeah. Well, here's the deal.
Okay.
I think my listeners are very aware of who I am as a person, and who I am as a person is a Blackwell, and I got it from somewhere.
Yeah,
So-
but see, you have to understand. I come from even a different generation than your father, so like,
Yeah.
it can get real interesting real quick.
I think I'm a very interesting mix of you and my father.
Yeah, you're a younger version of me.
Yeah.
The difference is I don't.
Well,
get
we're
people-
gonna hold off on that.
Yep.
You're
Don't
gonna,
worry.
You're gonna
Oh.
pour the Killians first.
Oh, I thought this was the Killians. Okay.
No.
never
No,
mind.
we got you right here.
He's trying to do twist offs. He's going for it.
Oh, they're not twist offs.
He's going hard.
No, thank you for letting me know. All right.
And the cool thing, I just picked up on the Killian's Irish Red glasses. They have the horse of the Killian's Irish Red for the nucleation to come through. Which is pretty cool. Nucleation bringing out more of the
This is why
flavors.
This is why Butch is an animal. Went for the full pour. I love it.
Well, first off,
You're trying to. You're priming.
We didn't worry about nucleation or whatever. We bought a case of quartz and drove through the valley. All right, and that was that.
Go into the mic a little bit.
And for for exercise and fun, we'd throw the empty quarts at road signs. So
and
while we're moving
and moving trains.
Never a moving train.
No?
No.
All right.
that's
We may be
hilarious.
peaking a little. This is an interesting environment here where we have a lot of different elements and background noise and
We
stuff.
definitely do. So.
It's gonna be interesting. So you've had Killian's before.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Killian's?
Years ago, they had a wedding at the firehouse, and there was like a quarter. They had a quarter of Killian's Red, and it was half full when their reception was over.
Hey, Brandon.
So they donated. They said just drink it and take the quarter back. So it was free, which influenced
It's amazing.
greatly what you know. And I happened to go out to eat that night and had like a really good dinner, and it's a heavy beer.
Yeah, it's a heavy lager.
It is, and it got to the point I wouldn't have been able to drink another glass at one point if you put $1 million in front of you. That's how heavy it was with a full stomach.
Yeah.
But it's good. I like it. I mean, it's if I run across it on tap somewhere, I'll get it. It's like...
I'm hearing a weird clicking noise.
Yeah, I'm hearing that as well.
I'm not sure what's going on.
But anyhow, I
hear little or nothing.
I had this beer November 15th, 2015. So 5 years ago I had this.
Yeah, this has been around a long time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know my dad was in a big kick of it for a long time. He was just like, hey, give me a Killian's. It's like, all right. And then it was in our fridge for quite a bit. And then I tried it. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
not bad. Not bad.
So this has on Untapped. So I guess if you're a I actually have had Killian's. I've checked it in. I gave it a 3.25.
Mm-hmm. That's the same for me too.
Yeah.
When I did the last check-in.
Yeah, I don't think it moves. If it does go, maybe it's a lower. It's definitely not going higher than 3.25.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll check it in. I'll keep it the same thing. We'll say it's from Draft. I'll check in. I'll do it with you. And location, McNiff's Irish Pub. So here we are. So it comes off as smooth, malty, light, sweet, and dark. I think all that's very
apparent. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's the. I don't know what that weird clicking is. I'll get it out in post.
It sounds like a bunch of like rudders going.
Yeah, I don't.
Or a little ant drummer.
Is it
a heavy metal ant drummer?
Definitely can't be it. I don't know. Maybe it's just interference or something. It comes and goes. If it's bothering people, I will try to get it out in post. We'll go from there. Yeah. All right. What? Listen, we're not going to wait for people to show up. We're going to go for this.
We're going hard.
Yeah. Well, he has a full beer. Let him drink his beer. We'll have a conversation here.
Yeah, definitely.
What's been new with you? With have you had any interesting beers that you want to talk about, or
no? I go out one night a week to follow Corson.
Yeah.
So he's back in Gerardville, and he got asked to not play there because of a noise complaint. But the bar's not near anything, so I don't know what they were complaining about. It's like sort of on the corner by itself.
That seems to be a reoccurring thing he gets is a noise thing.
I don't get it because I've been places where their entertainment's been louder.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying it's. But anyhow, I go there. I drink. You know, they have a
drinking in Gerardville.
Yeah,
how's that work out?
I could drink anywhere. It don't matter to me as long as I don't get caught going home.
Yeah.
It's other than that. But
what bar is it in?
The Gun Club.
The Gun Club.
Yeah.
What do they got? Are they mostly domestic beers?
Yeah, it's all Miller Lite, Yingling, the lager.
Have you tried the new Flight yet?
No, I have not.
It's on tap here. Tap and bottle.
Yeah, I was going to try it. Yeah. I was going to taste it here.
That was my first one of the day.
It's a light beer.
Yeah.
So it's a light.
It's not made for us. But as a beer drinker, I'll try it and see what I think and go from there.
I watch my calorie count immensely. You can tell. So, yeah.
We were joking around, and I was like, some people have 6-packs. You have a keg. I'm on my 6-stall.
Yeah, but see,
that's a good one.
At one point in time, I actually had a 6-pack.
Yeah, that's same here. I was 18.
I was in my 20s when my first job I had in Virginia was working brick and block construction.
Yeah.
And I was a laborer.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how heavy 4-inch block is when you put a bunch of them in a wheelbarrow. But anyway, No,
that's been my life as laboring. I hear you on that.
Oh, now I just put up with illegal immigrant truck drivers. But anyway, that is what it is. If you don't speak English, you're an illegal alien in my book, because that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And then they drive truck and they're on the highways and they can't read or speak a word of English, literally half of them. Scares
So-
the shit out of me.
So the idea of that they don't know English, they have a GPS. They can kind of type it in, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to send this country into a tailspin? Shoot down one GPS satellite. Screw them. They can't even follow directions to our other facility across the road.
Really?
Yeah, two lefts and two lefts and a right. You can't miss it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to work with a lot of guys who drove truck. That when I worked at the we'll just say a distribution place. No, it wasn't distribution. I don't know, but yeah, sometimes they have some issues with communication. It's tough. It's tough. Sorry, I seen the dunk on basketball. I got sidetracked.
Sorry.
It happens. We're
Ooh, a butterfly.
We're around a couple TVs.
I don't get to see much sports, so
games,
when I get a chance that it's on, when I see sports on TV, I get excited. I don't watch very much of it, so. Yeah, so
I was watching a little bit of the XFL when I.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun sport. Do you have a team yet?
No. I don't think I've watched an entire quarter of the 3 times I've watched
Oh, okay.
it. It's one of them, like, I didn't plan on sitting down and watching a game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when the season started, I said I was going with DC. And then they dominated the first 2 games, and then they didn't score a point since. So that's fun.
Consistency.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly how all DC sports fans, DC sports teams treat me. They let me down.
You know, I'm an Eagles fan, so I know all about letdown.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna Ben talk a little bit here. I'm gonna just make sure that the camera didn't freeze up.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we were saying earlier we have our one buddy Dave Lorenzo coming back to get some imprint, and one of the cans that I actually got, it's called Fluffzilla. It's an imperial stout with like peanut butter, jelly, marshmallow, and all this other wild stuff.
Ooh.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And you should see the can. It's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the Ghostbusters.
Okay.
So that's gonna be pretty cool. So. I'm kind of psyched, thrilled to get that.
Do you have that here? Or no.
He's actually bringing it here today. So he's
Okay.
I'm like, yo, like I was gonna meet you. I'm like, oh, I have a show and all. We have a show and all, and I didn't want him to drive like 2 hours. He's like, oh, I don't mind. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, fair enough. And lo and behold, he's coming here. We're waiting on him.
Yeah,
at this point.
he's a good dude. He's a good photographer too. He takes fantastic photos. He's really good at what he does.
He certainly is.
Yeah, and he plugs the show. He does fun stuff for us. Next one on the list here, not right away because you still have a little bit here, but we'll go with the heart.
I didn't realize I was supposed to drink out of these.
That's fine.
So I don't think,
Yeah, that was the glass we kind of had there for display, but it's fine.
Hey,
Listen,
it works out.
listen, you're the
It's what
boss.
it is.
You're the boss, man. Yeah, we'll go to was it the Harper's next?
The harp lager.
Yeah, Harp.
Yes.
A Harp lager.
We will certainly go with this. As you can tell, it does have a harp on it. St. James Gate, Dublin.
So this is actually let's check it out here. Harp lager.
I'll pass it to.
Just put it here. Hold on. Where's my little?
We got him.
I lost. Oh, you're.
Here, hang on.
Yeah.
I took
We're
yours.
drinking
Sorry
this-
about that.
We're drinking this warm.
Is it cold? Wait, which one did you? Off the.
I'm a
we have a
goof.
bucket of ice ones right there.
I was just curious. Like I thought you had to drink it like the real European way, and they're like
No.
so hurt.
No,
I
that
was
was-
just like, oh.
All right. Oh, Ben strikes. You're looking at the button today. All right, we'll drink.
on drinking warm beer, but yeah,
It's like, it's okay.
All right, we're when in Rome, I guess, right? Do people, I don't even think the Irish drink their beer warm. That's like a German thing, right?
years ago when I went to Europe in the 10th grade, they didn't have their beer like cold like we do.
I can't even find Harp
and they
Lager.
didn't serve like soda with ice neither. But
I'll look over that.
This is a Guinness?
Yeah, Harp
Yeah, I think
Premium.
it
It's
is,
Harp
yeah.
Premium Lager.
Oh, all right.
It's a Euro Pale Lager.
What is that static? Is it just as a quick thing? Just double check and make sure you're wiggle your connection at the end. All right. Did it? Because mine just clicked. Maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't all the way in.
Maybe. Do you want me to go around the other ones then too?
No, we'll eventually.
Okay.
All right. Harp Lager. I've never had Harp Lager. Ben. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
I am so sorry for that.
It's not horrible warm.
All right.
Yeah, so this...
So we're drinking this completely warm. Completely warm.
It's not that bad warm.
It's not. It's not horrible. This is a 4.5. This is a Guinness Euro Pale Lager. From the best-selling premium Irish lager import in the world today. This rich golden Pilsner-style lager is a smooth, refreshing, hoppy taste and is brewed the Irish way, using only the finest barley and pure spring water from the Cooley Mountains of
Dundalk, Ireland.
All right, you said it. 60 of my friends have checked it in and gave this a 3. Everyone who's checked it in has given this a 3.28. I don't know if it's different cold. I definitely will. We will circle back to it cold.
It's not bad warm. I go by if I'm going to drink another one. I could drink this all night.
Yeah, this is a good beer.
Yeah, it's not a. I mean, what was the alcohol content on
This
it?
is a 4.5.
It don't taste like
the
it
seltzer beers are stronger than this.
Yeah, well, I drive my line somewhere. I have tried.
We did a whole episode on seltzer beer.
Yeah, I have yet to taste one, so I'm going to reserve judgment.
Yeah.
But
It tastes like flavored water.
Well, yeah.
It's extremely fun, though.
Yeah.
We had a blast on it. If anything, we would have been like NASCAR guys.
It's like 7-Up with
shaking
vodka.
up and-
I'm not sure what's happening. All right, I'm just gonna not stress about it, and we're gonna keep going.
I know it's kind of bothering me a little bit too. But
Yeah,
I'm like, you kind of roll with it.
Yeah, I'm freaking out. I don't know if it's a
Doesn't
bad
bother me
connection.
in the least. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Holy crap! You're a clone. Oh, you did?
So anyhow, yeah, I definitely like this too. I gave it a 3 when I last checked it in, and that was also May 31st, 2015. Well, May 31st, 2015 when I had this. So this was like when I was buying a
honestly,
6-pack.
I definitely want to experience it cold as well, but completely room temperature warm. There's a lot going on there flavor wise.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I said I'm not a big fan of warm beer by any stretch, and that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So retract that. Womp 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 womp.
It's still hilarious. You pulled. We have a bucket.
I watched them
right next to you.
I just figured, all right, we're going to drink this Irish beer
Like,
warm.
what the hell?
Okay.
Like, what the hell?
I
man?
even put the bucket and said, Ben, you're.
Well, see, I didn't know because I sat down next to this chair and I thought this was my bucket.
Yeah.
No, nobody else has one. Damn. Like a Pick
Yeah,
7 or
my
something.
goof on that one, but it turned out to be a good goof. in a
Maybe.
way.
We'll see.
It's kind of sort of a good goof.
Does your score of 3 change? What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. It is rattling, but anyhow, as far as my rating goes, I think I'd give this a 3.5 just solely because, just drinking India Pale Ales and Stouts and Sours, this is just a nice little break overall from those as well. I mean, you can only drink so many IPAs, you can only drink so many sours, you can only drink so many stouts, but lagers are few and far in between. Some guys are trying to look for just something regular tasting, so I don't blame them for, giving, a lager, 3.5 or 4, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to change it 3.5. Yeah.
I like lagers. I will also give that a 3.5. I think it's a tasty beer. I've never in my life ever had this.
That's my first.
But I would definitely go back to it 100%. That's tasty. I've never had. So the traits. Oh, sorry. The traits of this one is light, smooth, clean, sweet, and malty.
I would say that it hits all that. Definitely.
I don't know what it is, man.
I
want to just check. I'm just experimenting as we go here.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I would definitely have this again, 100%. So, yeah. Oh baby.
I'm just checking something.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not hearing clicking. Maybe it's. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's just unplugging it right now and doing something.
Yeah,
with
there's
it.
a weird clicking noise we're getting.
That's interesting.
It's worse. It's worse when I. So what happens is when I plug this in, and it distributes the volume to everyone
Equally. Okay.
But it dumbs the volume down. So like right now, my ears is much louder than when we did a microphone test.
Oh wow.
Yeah, much louder.
I'll try and be a little.
Yeah, no,
mindful of that.
it's fine. I can definitely. This is all can be fixed, but that clicking is just driving me bonkers, and I can't figure out what it can be because I've done this here before. It's not the place. It's not the location. It can't be interference to a wire.
Yeah,
Like,
usually it's some type of interference, definitely. Usually it would probably be like a cell phone or something like that, like you're but it's nothing like that at all.
I'll isolate it in post and I'll get it out of there. But it just driving me fucking crazy.
Well, you gotta roll with it, man. You know,
driving me banana sandwich.
Banana sandwich.
All right, I'm actually gonna kick us all down a hair just because it is a little louder.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to hear anything. Actually, his is going to be louder because he's directly into the microphone. Like the microphone that you would listen to normally is actually his headphones. Is it really loud in your ears?
It's
bearable.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't hear it clicking. I don't hear it at all. Maybe I'm deaf to clicking. I don't know, but I don't hear it clicking.
Well, also, like that might be a Blackwell thing. I was told I have selective hearing, so.
Oh, I have that all the time.
Yeah.
Just ask Rose.
as I stare a hole through Heidi.
That's a male
I dig
thing.
that.
That's a male thing entirely.
I dig that beer a lot.
Yeah.
I really like that.
All right, so I gave it a 3.5. I rechecked it in, so
yeah. Put this one back in the photo lineup.
Sure thing.
So I literally have. Heidi, listen to this. I have a lineup of beers here that are warm beers that were given us for a display. Ben has the bucket right there, reaches over the cold bucket and opens a piss warm beer.
It's not that bad. Come on.
What? That's a Ben move. That is 100% a Ben move. I love you to death, Ben. Holy fucko. Oh my God, you're such a goof.
I don't mind being called a goof, but when you call me in it, I have a problem with that.
I know you're not. I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting your feelings. You're just a goof.
It's just like
yes, but people with an IQ less than 72 are actually known as idiots. That is a definition.
Yeah, no, Ben's definitely not a stupid person.
Right,
he just makes.
I'm just pointing out the facts of life.
He's a goof. Yeah, he's a goof.
Because I've run into a few. Yeah.
Do you? All right, here's the thing. Do you want to open our cold harp, or do you want to go next to the red ale?
Don't look at me. I could care less. It's beer.
You got to just come a little bit in.
Don't matter to me. It's beer. I'll drink it. If I like it, I'll drink more. That's all there is.
Let's go red ale, and we'll circle back to the harp.
Yeah, we'll go with the Smittix.
All right. I didn't know harp was part of the Guinness lineup, or I wouldn't have had us go first with it. I would have kept all the Guinness together. That's fine. I didn't know.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2 non-Guinness, then 3 Guinness.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm an idiot that I didn't realize that harp was part of that lineup.
It happens. It is what it is.
I've never even seen that.
Guinness.
No, that's Great Lakes.
I was going to say, yeah. So I don't know if they're in the order you wanted to taste them or what.
No, I don't care the order. Before you go across the table again, just let them get a little nip here for me.
Let me know when.
Go. Stop.
There you go.
You can kill it.
Oh, I got a little bit on myself. No, that's actually the water from the ice. Any more?
Yeah, just
Put
set
it
up
in
here.
there.
We'll just leave it right here.
All right, so this is
Smittix.
Smittix. What is it? Red ale.
Smittix red ale.
All right. Has anyone ever had this?
I don't think I've ever had it.
I haven't.
Here's the thing. All right, so Ben, I want you to read off the profile.
Sure
of this.
thing.
And
now,
I want to Google something. So while Ben's doing this is what I'm doing on the other end.
Yes.
I'm going to Google what classifies an Irish beer.
Okay, so Smittix is from Guinness. It's a red ale. It's Irish. It's a 4.5% alcohol by volume beer. Smittix is a clear beer with a rich ruby color and a creamy head, clean and delicate aroma with different individual notes. From the top fermentation by the Smithic yeast comes aromatic esters, creating a fruity aroma. The aroma hops added late in the boil contribute clean, fresh floral notes. Ale malt contributes aroma hints of biscuit and caramel. Refreshing and clean taste with a gentle balance of bitterness from the hops added early into the boil, sweet malty notes from the ale malt, and hints of roast coffee from the roasted barley.
Here we go.
Yes.
All right. A huge part of Irish tradition is delicious stouts, ales, and lagers of Ireland have become a staple in most St. Patrick's Day celebrations around the world, with flavorful beers from brands like Harp, Murphy's, Guinness, and notable Irish brews. So I guess a lot of the Irish style, I guess, is your ale, stouts, and lagers.
Yes.
I guess that also may be because of the location of where they are and the hops they had provided to them, because obviously beer trading wasn't like you couldn't get a Galaxy Note from somewhere, you know what I mean? So they made it what was in their area.
Gotcha.
So here I just googled one. It's going to be the top 10 Irish beers you must know or try for St. Paddy's Day.
Yes.
And we'll see how many of them are on the thing here. This first one's not on our table. Murphy's Irish Stout.
That is supposedly like one of the best ones.
Yeah. O'Hara's Irish Wheat. Smithwick's Irish Ale. Is this what we're doing here?
Yeah, Smithwick's Irish.
So we don't have the
ale.
Irish. We have the red.
Yes.
Porterhouse Brewing Company Oyster Stout.
Oh,
I don't know about that one. O'Hara's Celtic Stout. Beamish Irish Stout. Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale. So it's Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale. I'm not supposed to stop in the middle there. Harp Lager, which we had. Murphy's Irish Red Ale. We didn't have Murphy's with Killian's. Guinness Drought Extra Stout and Foreign Extra Stout. So we're going to have Guinness Drought, right? Draft. Sorry, Draft.
That's all right.
And that's the number one, which will be our closing beer.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. This is the red ale. So not on the top 10 list, but we'll see how it goes here.
I took a little nip. I don't really taste any coffee in that. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
There's no coffee. I like it.
There's a roast flavor.
Yeah. I like it. I can taste the sweetness in it. It is sort of, but
it's
my go-to vote is if I can drink another glass of it, so another bottle. It's like
I would go back to this.
This is an all-nighter also.
It finishes really nice, like almost like it finishes like nothing. Like there's no aftertaste.
Yeah, it's clean.
It's like, once it leaves your mouth, it's gone.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's like, just come in and say hi. All right, see you later.
Yeah,
that.
There's no linger to it. Like Yingling has that aftertaste that I call it, like it's the Yingling aftertaste. This does not have that whatsoever. This is a 4.5, so once again very low on the scale because listen, Irish are going to drink all day. You can't give us 11% to start the day and let us and expect us to go all day. You know, we got to start with a little lower and let us go all day long.
Wait a second. All the Irish I ever drank would chase that with a shot of Christian Brothers.
That is very true.
So we'll just leave that alone as far as drinking all day. Yeah.
20 friends have checked this in and gave it a 3.5. It has 244,000 check-ins on Untapped, and it has a 3.53. You read this whole thing, right?
Yep, I definitely did. The Beersheimer kicking in. That's okay. Don't worry, I got you.
I'm going to go 3.5 on this as well. So when we do scores, Uncle Butch, I know you're not a smartphone guy.
I don't put numbers on it. And simply, I'll either drink it again.
Yeah,
I won't.
Exactly. So what we do here is we have a 0 to 5 scale. 0 to
5.
Yeah.
Yep. I was running 10. I'm thinking these are better than 3.5.
No. So this is 0 to 5. Your 2.5 is like. It was good.
Like in the middle.
It was like a middle of the road. 3 is a little above, like you would have this again. 4 is like you would seek this out. If you've seen it, it's a must-have. And 5 is the perfect beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
It hits like your specific things that you really want.
I'll go with same as you, as 3.5. If I saw it was in the mood, I'd buy it again.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Killian's.
Yeah.
This is a little heavier to me than the Killian's Red.
Really?
To me, I maybe it's the way I'm tasting it, but
yeah, that's. I mean, I can never really.
I think Killian's is the heaviest so far.
Believe it or not, I can't really pick out the heaviness. I just think beer's just beer, and I could dive into anything.
Killian's
really.
Could be a visual thing for me in the sense
it's darker,
and I automatically think it's heavier.
Yeah,
but
it has a very nice red. reddish color to it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I'll tell you what. All right, so we're just gonna eclipse the halfway marker here. We've had 3 beers that you can all get this St. Patty's Day, and on at McNiff's in Monte City. These are 3 good beers.
Yes.
I would not. So another thing we do too is we have the beer of the night, where we pick like the beer of the day. Like, what is your runaway beer that you would
overall
do? Yeah.
Between what we just drank, or
Well, I mean, we'll do it back at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it
right now.
back at the end.
I drink this more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
So far, this is your.
I would drink this.
I do enjoy it. Where's this ad have been? Did we check that out?
Hang on. That was
Is this also
St. James Gate.
This is a Guinness beer.
Yeah, St. James Gate, Leinster, Ireland.
This is also a Guinness. This is under the Guinness brand.
Yep. Yeah, usually a lot Smithwick's, Harp, Guinness itself. Is usually pretty good.
I have gone to the Guinness brewery, and I didn't know these 2 beers were on their stable. I'm an idiot.
No, you just didn't know at the time. You just were just very familiar with like their stouts.
Here's
and
the
all.
cool thing: if you go to the Guinness brewery in Baltimore, it is. There is a lot of really cool stuff there. Like, what they do is they pretty much have taken like craft breweries from Baltimore, and you're like, hey, you guys make craft beer? Yeah. Well, here's the thing: we have Guinness money. Do you want like a really top of the line area to brew beer, and we'll give you anything you want and just have fun? And they're like, sure. And they make a black IPA, which is the Guinness recipe, but take away the roasted coffee flavor and add hop. So it has like the Guinness profile, but it's a hoppy IPA. It's unbelievable. They make I'm not a fan of it because it does nothing for me. But when we went, me and my dad went, they had a coffee. No, it wasn't coffee. It was another type of porter they made. An oatmeal porter, but it was the Guinness recipe, but they did it with an oatmeal porter like craft beer.
Okay,
so pretty much what they're doing is they're making craft beer with Guinness recipes, and then they're like, we're gonna make our own stuff here and there too. You'll never have it bottled, but it's something. Every time you go, there's something new there.
Something different.
Small batch, limited batch, and one-offs.
It's definitely it's a great time.
That's pretty cool.
They had a triple IPA with Guinness like. Dude, it was like you could have lit it on fire.
Oh my god!
It was like taking shots of pure grain.
That's like that quadruple IPA that we had on the show. We had it on twice.
I forget the name of it, but it was up a tap up in Hazleton.
I think you might have turned your mic off when you bumped it.
Hello.
There you go. You're good.
Good. Just
when this is 2 years ago at least, they had one of the craft beers. And you couldn't get a full glass of it because of the alcohol content.
Oh, damn.
Literally, I don't smoke anymore, but I'd be afraid to light a lighter around it. And as far as taste went, to me, it tasted like cleaning fluid if I ever drank cleaning
boy.
fluid. But alcohol content, you could make a Molotov cocktail out of it.
Oh, boy.
And they never got it back again, but it was like,
It was just like blew your mind a little bit. Damn.
I think I figured out what it was here. So for some reason, when I put this attachment on, if I leave it at 0, you get this weird clicking noise. But I clicked this button, which takes 20 decibels off. I just got to turn them up a little bit, but I don't hear it anymore.
That was certainly some determination.
My sound is clearer.
Slightly bit.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed like crisper.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I get a little bit of the clicking,
it comes and goes. Fuck it. I'm drinking about it.
I never saw somebody upset so much without.
I know.
It's
oh my god!
It's like screw up.
It drives me crazy.
It's like a bird pecking at your head, man.
Yeah, I dig this. This is good.
The difference is, I grew up listening to AM radio in the car, and if you got through a whole song without it fading out, you were happy.
Yeah.
Let alone like static,
like that, like weird.
You heard it here first, people. Cut me a break. Another beer that I just literally said I would have put in a different lineup because I want to put the Guinnesses together. I did not know Guinness made this beer. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's 2 Guinness beers I've never had that I'm enjoying.
I'm giving it a 3.5 as well, then too. So the general consensus is 3.5.
I'm killing the rest of this.
Go
bottle.
right ahead.
Yeah.
That's just an overall good beer. If you just want something good, don't want anything fancy at the end of the day, crack one of these bad boys open. You're gonna have a good time.
It's got a great smell to it and everything.
Yeah, it's just tasty. It's just a good simple beer just to have. A good Irish red ale just to have.
Yeah,
just to have it.
All right, so this is the one I'm excited for. This is the Great Lakes Brewing Company. They are out of, I believe, Ohio.
I'm pretty sure that they are too.
They make good beer. I've never really had anything from Great Lakes I didn't enjoy. I've had their Oktoberfest and I really enjoyed it. What is this called? The Irish.
This is Conway's Irish Ale, an Irish style ale, as they say.
All right,
and it's a 6.3% alcohol by volume beer.
6.3. So
I'll let you crack this bad boy open.
This is the highest alcohol content so far we had in the show. This has 15 French check-ins, and they all give it a 3.62. It has 66,000 check-ins, and it averages a 3.65. And this is out of Great Lakes Brewing Company in Cleveland, Ohio. They have made 418 different beers, and they average a 3.71. So they're above average when it comes to the reviews. Their highest reviewed beer is their Christmas Ale, which gets a 3.8. I just want to kind of. I have checked.
I was going to say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had their Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, okay.
Way back. I just liked the name and picked it out of the beer store up in Hazleton, but
okay,
that was good.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, no, I this is one of the beers that we were like, oh, okay. Actually, it's saying that I never checked one in, but I guess that's when we took a little break. But I did have their, I've had their Oktoberfest.
I thought you had their Edmund Fitzgerald. I could have swore I thought I saw you drinking or had it.
I might have. I don't remember though.
Yeah.
I know. I 100% know I had their October because we were supposed to do a whole Oktoberfest thing, and it kind of fell through. We will definitely hit it up this year though. When it comes back around, it's getting around a 3.5 from everyone. Did you read off the notes and everything?
For the Great Lakes.
There's not much going on here. I already have it open if you want me to go.
You could go for it.
It's a malty Irish ale with notable toasty flavor delivered from lightly roasted malt. So I guess they're really going for that malt flavor. Like I said, 6.3. It's a little stronger, and we'll go from there. See how it goes.
This smells a little bit sweeter than well.
The profile is smooth, malty, sweet, light, and creamy.
Yeah. They nailed it. As far as the words go, they nailed it.
That doesn't drink like a 6 at all.
No.
It's a little sharp on my taste, but yeah, it doesn't really.
It's
Yeah, that's
all the profile.
else,
the profile notes are there, but it doesn't like if this is a 6.
I didn't get the alcohol 6 any more than I got the alcohol out of the harp. So it's like these two are like twin to me. This is sweeter or
a little sweeter
or like more malty in a sense.
If we were playing the ABV game, which is me and Ben Ben personally knows them. He's physically met them. I haven't yet. They're guys from New York, and they do a podcast called It's Just Beer Podcast.
Okay.
And when they do the same thing we do, they have a lineup of beers and they have a guest on. And what they do is they play the Guess the ABV game, where you drink a beer and then you try to guess how strong it is. And then whoever loses the game, and then you have to chug a beer or something like that. But I would have never.
I would lose.
So far, every beer I had, I think we've only. I have to go back and look, but Killian's was Killian's a 5, or was that 4 as well?
That was a 4.5.
Yeah. I think everything we had was under 5.
Yeah.
Except
definitely was. Yeah. This was the heavy hitter of the day.
This tastes lighter than the other 3.
Or on par, one or the other. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, you get those, beers brewed in Scotch kegs and brandy. Yeah,
the bourbon barrels.
Yeah, you can taste that a mile away.
It tastes like booze. Yeah.
But I mean, this one overall, really, what gets me is just that sweet. It's like that sharp sweetness to it. That's really what gets me.
Yeah,
I'm getting the malty, the sweet. Yeah, it
gives you that little nip on the tongue.
Yeah,
I like the flavor of this more than the heart.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's a good beer.
it has
That's
a little
really
bit
good.
of an aftertaste. Like
Yeah.
just a linger.
But it's pleasant.
Yeah, it's not a bad app. It's
Yeah.
Do you guys get like a little bit of a fruity taste to it then too? Because
I think the sweetness.
yeah.
On the aftertaste, you can pick up something in the fruit note. Maybe it is just the sweetness.
Yeah.
Because I'm really picking that up. I'm like, wow.
I don't get fruit, but I definitely get sweet.
Yeah.
Where would you go with this one?
Oh boy, I don't know. I would probably go maybe a little bit higher. I would probably say a 3.75. That's a good, that's if you want something to kick your ass a little bit, but you want something enjoyable while it's kicking your ass, that's exactly the beer that I want to drink.
If you come in for the bar, if you come in for
I
St.
wouldn't know
Patty's,
what's kicking my ass. That's
exactly.
The thing. Yeah.
Exactly. But
if you come in for the night and you're like, man, I want an Irish beer at McNiff's, and we're gonna have a good time at St. Patty's Day.
this is the beer.
And just be careful when you drink this one. This is a little stronger. This will creep up on you quicker, and it drinks smoother than the others. That being, I'm going to still give it a 3.5 with the others, but this one does not drink like it puts off.
No. This is one of them that's going to sneak up on you because I always say, once you feel you're drunk, you already are. You just don't know it yet.
Yep.
It's like
This is one of those beers you're sitting at a bar and you have like a couple of them, and then you go to stand up, you're like, oh shit.
yeah.
that's going to hit you all at once.
This is one of them like
You're like, I had 3.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go back to Miller Lite and drink water now. Yeah.
Switch over to the Yingling Flight and get hydrated.
Yeah, definitely.
I can use that hydrated line. Yeah. I need hydration. Give me
All right.
a light.
To be fair to Yingling, I'm not picking on you because we have a lot. We're giving away a lot of Yingling stuff here today. So people that are at the bar, we're going to give away a lot of koozies and stuff. The Yingling Flight is actually like a 4.3 or 4.5.
I think a 4.5.
4.3, 4.5.
Is it? Does it have taste? I mean,
It has the Yingling characteristics of
Yes.
so it tastes like a Yingling product.
okay.
But it drinks like a Michelob Ultra.
I never drank Michelob Ultra because I never watched my calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like,
It's a light beer.
It's Miller Lite or Coors Light, which is like water and
did
water.
you try the Lager Light?
I might have once.
I tried it. I didn't like
on
it.
an accidental pour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the
ordered
lager
and got the light, but
I had the Lager Light. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I do enjoy this one a lot. I like the Flight better.
I would definitely say, like, if you're looking for something like that, you just want something to actually drink, just to drink and still have that same flavor without like being like, oh man, way too much.
Right.
The Yingling Flight would definitely be something right up your alley. And if you want to have a second one, you're more than welcome to after the night after. You know what I mean?
So talk a little bit, guys. I'm going to do something.
So overall, it's really not it's not a bad ultra light beer overall. I really like it. You know what I mean? I do like it.
I haven't tasted it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
something different, like I said. You know what I mean? So, pretty much, yeah. I mean, again, like with the Great Lakes, I will definitely say this though. Definitely a decent beer. Like I said, like if you're feeling a little brave, that would be something that, hey, 3 or 4 of those, you're flying for the night. That's what I like saying.
It's a good if you go to an Irish celebration for St. Patty's Day and never drink
my
craft
God,
beer.
yeah.
That would fit you well.
Definitely.
You're going to get the flavors, and just be careful that number isn't lying.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
have a little food. Hey, actually, believe it or not, I'm going to plug McNiff's here a little bit. They also serve food here.
Yep.
So therefore, if you have too many Great Lakes beers or any of these beers, get some wings, get some Irish food. Go for it. It smells wonderful in here with all the food that's coming through here. I'm actually pretty hungry myself.
I might be getting a bucket of wings, so I don't know how long I'm going to be in this chair, but yeah.
It's really nice to have some of the wings then too, because I always like looking for certain wings. Like I want to kind of dive into their wings again, McNiff's here, but I really like. I was telling Tony I like the Sitz wings.
Okay, I've never had their wings. I've eaten there once or twice. But
all right, $10.75 for a dozen wings, but they're like humongous.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And they blow more than enough of sauce. I even told the bar manager, I'm like, keep doing what you're doing with the sauces. 100%. That's actually one of the best things that they do, because I'm a sauce guy. I really like the sauces, and that's what you're looking for. Some of the places they don't even give you enough of sauce,
Right.
but them, oh my god, they're like, hey, you want sauce, and they just drown them. But
Trying to clear up this table so someone wants.
anyhow, so what we're gonna go with next, I think we might go with, let's see here. So the last 3 are gonna be Guinness, then too. So I'm gonna go with the blonde because Tony's really selling me on the blonde.
Okay.
So we're gonna open that bad boy up while Tony's getting some stuff organized.
Oh, that's
I'm just trying to move. I'm just trying to move everything along, segueing and
Yeah, no,
what
thank
have
you. I'm just trying. We have,
no biggie.
we have a table behind us, and they are getting really busy for food orders. So I don't want to
No,
take up
that's-
too much space.
that
what's
is
behind us.
absolutely fair.
So I'm putting all this free giveaway stuff on the other table, so when people come in, they can take what they want.
And that's absolutely fair. So
Yeah.
hey, I did a pretty good job, didn't I?
I have no idea what you talked about.
We talked about wings, and I said about
I'm
McNiff's.
fat, man. I'm out of breath.
I said about McNiff's how they're serving food too. So
the
after you
food-
have so many
the food
beers,
is fantastic.
I want to revisit their wings again.
All right, so I'm a wing guy, right? I do really like their wings, but they make a great burger.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you come
Oh,
here.
you're a burger guy,
you
yeah.
come here on a Thursday night for one of their build your own burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take my and like you pick the patty, you pick the bun. Like for $8, you get a burger and fries, and it's made to what you want on it.
Yeah, their burgers are
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's like, and if you're really, really, really interested in eating a big meal, get their Widowmaker.
Your nephew, my cousin Steven,
Finish that.
finished one.
I did
But
it
he's
all. But
also
I did it all. He's twice my size, length and width. So like, yeah,
length and width. He probably
and he could bench press me, no
yes,
problem.
Yeah, my cousin Steven is he has like a couple state records and
that's cool. Wow.
for deadlifting and powerlifting.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
He's a fucking tank.
Yeah, and if he ever hit you, he'll be able to deadlift you right after that because you'll be dead.
Throw a little. I'm really excited for this one. I haven't had Guinness Blonde in a minute.
And that's why I kind of picked this one too, because you were selling this a little bit, and I'm like, you know what?
What do we have on the? You didn't
don't
go
know
up.
that.
I don't know what's on the table.
No, I'm pretty sure that I went with I went the blonde. Oh, yeah, I went
right.
with the blonde. Yeah,
All right. I'm so Guinness Blonde
kind of
was
working our way.
when Guinness
lamp
Blonde
is.
was first made. It was actually made in Latrobe because the Guinness Maryland wasn't open yet. So they made a lot of the Guinness Blonde in Latrobe, and they changed. I don't know if they changed their recipe, but they changed the look of the beer when they moved, and they went with the Pelican and everything like that. But this was a really popular beer, and then Yuengling Golden Pilsner came out, and you don't really see this much of the blonde in the area anymore because the Golden Pilsner has kind of replaced it.
Yeah.
We're in Yuengling's backyard, so Yuengling's going to take a hold of it. But the Guinness Blonde was the Yuengling Golden before it happened.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. So if you've had the Golden and you try
Yeah.
this is very
it's same church, different pew.
yeah. This actually has a little more. So to me, when I first had this, it tasted more. All right, that's interesting. All right, so when I first had this, I'm just trying to go by memory here. I don't remember the Guinness Blonde being this hoppy.
I've had the Yuengling product.
Huh.
This is
This is a different recipe.
more flavorful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
This
different
tastes
flavor
like
notes.
this
Yeah.
tastes like. All right, now once again, I said this is made in Baltimore. This is not a beer that's made, I think, in Guinness in
Right,
Ireland.
right.
This is made in America.
Right.
That being said, and I told you, from my understanding of what was going on at Guinness, where you had a bunch of craft breweries, and you're like, "Hey, we're going to give you Guinness money, and here's all this cool shit." This is a fucking craft beer made by Guinness.
Yeah.
This is a hoppy.
this.
This is a hoppy lager.
So let me kind of explain the description here
Yeah.
then too. So this is Guinness Blonde. It's a pale lager, and it clocks in at 5% ABV.
Yeah.
So, brewed with North American ingredients, including Pacific Northwest hops, as well as our classic Guinness yeast, Guinness Blonde is a crisp golden beer. It has a noticeable but gentle hop aroma of citrus and tropical fruits. Clean cracker bread malt flavor and a pleasantly bitter, refreshing finish. Brewed at the Guinness Open Gates Brewery and Barrel House in Baltimore, Maryland.
I fucking nailed it.
Got one for Tony.
Dude, I nailed that shit.
Awesome.
I don't get the bitter aftertaste.
I don't
it has
either.
An aftertaste, but I wouldn't call it bitter. But
All right, so if
Dude,
you're
we're
here,
so conditioned with IPAs, man.
If you are a craft beer drinker and you come to McNiff's for St. Patty's Day weekend, you're like, man, I really like hoppy beers, but I want to drink
you
what
don't
they
like
have.
malt, you don't like the malt, but you want the hop.
Maybe you don't want the Irish style reds or the ales because you're more of a hoppy flavored IPA guy. Your Guinness Blonde is where you go.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
this is an
that.
This is an all-nighter. Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
And
Oh,
the alcohol
definitely.
content you can drink
It's
it
5.
all night.
Yeah.
That is another good contender because I really
that's
enjoy
fantastic.
the flavor of that, and it's like it's a clean finish then too as well for this one too.
So I've had this. So when I first had this, I gave this a 4.75 in September 24th, 2016. Then in November 13th, I gave it in 2016. I gave it a 4.75. Then I had it again in September 16th, 2018, and gave it a 3.5.
You're fickle.
No, I'm just.
Honestly,
if I'm wrong, if someone who listens to this knows more than I do, I think the recipe changed. I don't think it's the same beer.
well,
Because
This
is my third. This is my third time over. I had it. Where the first 2 times I had it was when it was in the air. So the first time I had it, we went to a Steel Panther concert, and we
Okay.
went to an Irish pub down the street from the Sherman Theater.
Okay.
And we had Irish food, and Guinness Blonde was just brand new, and I had it on tap, and it was fantastic. And I think that's when I gave it a 4.75. Then I had it again.
that was like me, you, and Nikolai, and them too.
No, this was when it was just
Totally
me
different.
and Heidi, I believe.
Oh, okay.
We went to go see
That's
Steel
still good.
Panther.
Okay.
Maybe me, Heidi, and Dave Cantwell the first time we went.
Okay.
And then I had it a second time when it was you can buy it in the area the same year, and I liked it as well on bottle. Then I had it again, but I had it in Baltimore, and it was different. And then I'm having it now. This is fucking like I want this to be more available in our area. This would be. Maybe I'm giving away my score a little bit, but this is a beer I would seek after. I would look for this beer. I would have it.
It's like a 4.5 or a 4.75 if you really
not that high.
Not that high,
but
like
I'm
a
in the
4.25.
I'm going 4.25.
4.25. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
This is a beer I would look for again. Like, depending on how much they sell a 6-pack of this for, I may leave with the 6-pack.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Yeah,
Hey,
price-wise, I'm same with you. I would drink, because you can drink the 6-pack of this, no problem.
Yeah, it's tasty.
Good show beer.
I love the hoppiness to it.
Good show beer for
100%.
you, too. I rated this in November 2nd, 2014, and I said, as one review mentioned, I wanted to like this. At one point, it did taste unique. Should be considered an IPA due to the taste. That's just me in 2014, and now look, 2020, I'm drinking it again. So,
has your opinion changed?
I'd probably rate it a little bit higher. I'd probably
What did you give it?
I'd probably give it 3.5.
What did you give it then?
3 point, just 3.
There's a 3?
Just a
That's
3.
fair.
Yeah.
I really like this. Now, this doesn't blow me away when it comes to like what a craft beer does.
Yeah.
But as a taste, I thoroughly enjoy this.
And you know what the really funny thing is? We're going back to, now I know Uncle Butch here doesn't have Untapped, but still though, it's kind of like going back to having that beer and like looking over what we had in the past and how our taste buds has actually changed. So it's pretty wild seeing that. Like, you're like, I rated this a 3? What the fuck was I thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have to understand something. Me growing up, there were 5 beers.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We had had Kaiser.
You tried Kaiser's? You had Kaiser's beer?
I had Kaiser's beer. No, I don't. It was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But
How old were you when you had Kaiser's beer?
My grandfather drank that. Got
Really?
a case of it every week. I never even snuck beer. I didn't even steal it. He got a case of it every week.
Was it good?
Yes, I remember.
Was it better than Yingling?
Yeah.
If you could remember your
yes. No, I mean, Yingling wasn't served in Monterey City.
Well, here, just to kind of go back.
Well, you have to understand, Shendo had their own brewery.
Yes,
Columbia.
every town had its own beer.
Because of refrigeration issues in the early 1900s, every town had their own brewery.
And they had to
beer
do
went
that.
Bad.
Yeah.
They had to do that.
The creek coming down from Trenton refrigerated Kyer's beer when they built the brewery. It runs under the brewery.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But
I would love for someone to get into because popping up as a craft brewery again is not out of the question.
Right.
Like that, it could be a thing where back in the day in Schuylkill County and in the area, like he said, every town had its own brewery.
But
now it's coming back again. I would love for someone to get that recipe and make it.
They
again.
have to get it from probably one of the big name breweries now because they gobbled up the small ones and they got those rights for those recipes, like the original Stegmeyer recipe or something like Pabst. Pabst Blue Ribbon was good, was shitty, and was good.
Yeah.
And then became a funk beer now. I had Pabst Blue Ribbon and I would turn it down. I wouldn't even want to drink it.
It's good. I like
it now.
I had one last night.
But it's the taste. Schlitz,
We both did.
Yeah.
Schlitz, I don't even know if it's available anymore.
Yeah.
Schlitz beer was good, bad, horrible, and God knows whatever happened to it. But I mean,
I would be very interested in who has the recipe.
I forget.
I'm trying to think. Kyer's was bought by, and then it was sold again, and but more than likely one of the big beer companies
in our
bought it
area.
up.
When it comes to what has lasted the test of time and what has how can I say this? Snitz Creek has been a brewery for a long time, if I'm not mistaken.
I've never heard of it.
I could be wrong. And Yingling. I mean,
Yingling survived the test of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Their big deal was when they came out with
Is that
lager.
still cold?
Which one?
The tap.
It's still decently cold.
All right, let me see that real quick.
But I'm just trying to look it over right now. Man, that glass pitcher is a little bit heavy, man. I have to work with my shoulders. Oh. But I'm trying to look over. Apparently, Kyer Brewery opened in 1880, and they ended production in 1968.
Yep.
So that's kind of wild hearing about that.
I was 12 when there was the last man that worked there.
Yeah.
Just recently passed, I'm going to say within the last 2 years, passed away. His name was Louis Camilli. I went to school. His son went to school with me. His son passed away. But he was one of the last hourly employees that actually worked there.
Oh, wow.
And
I forget. Somebody, I remember on Facebook when they were ripping down the Kyer Brewing Company in
The only thing they kept was the
It was
star on top, I believe.
no, that star was destroyed.
I thought they said that they could fix it.
It was wrought iron. I mean,
Yeah.
it was up there for 100 years. It's like, and when they knocked it down, nobody went up to save it.
Yeah.
And when it came down, it wasn't worth it.
That just fairly recently happened. I think it was like 2018. I think
About
or
2 or 3
20. It's
years
like
ago.
3 years ago. I
they
think.
ripped it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
I
like,
have a
what?
couple bricks from it yet. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's pretty nifty.
I was gonna make a display with a wooden box. I even have it on the workbench yet. And I never
Really?
Yeah.
How many bricks you have? A couple, you said?
Yeah, I actually have like 4 of them mortared together. It's sort of like a doorstop when you walk in my house. I don't even need a doorstop.
Well, if you have an extra brick or piece of it, if you want to do something, I would like to have a piece of that history.
I have them. I just haven't.
Yeah.
What had happened? I was putting plexiglass over the top, and I broke a brass screw in the wood, and it's like, well, screw this. I can't get it out. I'm not buying a screw extractor, but that's neither here nor there. But
Yeah, I would love to have a piece of that history, especially now that I'm more into the beer game. I would love to try that beer.
funny story. I was, what you said, 1968 it stopped?
Yeah, when it ceased production,
That made me 12 years old when it stopped production.
Yeah.
Now, we used to...
It goes to show, like, Schuylkill County, like,
Yeah,
you had your first beer very young.
we used to play around behind there and up in the hills, and they had a dump fire. They were burning pallets or whatever, and apparently they threw out cans of beer. Now they got to understand the cans of beer. Then you needed a
top.
pointy, to open it. There was no pull tops.
Yeah, to punch it.
And we grabbed some burning wood and got a fire going. And for whatever reason,
you had a bush party.
Not even a bush party. The beer was probably skunked.
Yeah.
We didn't even think of drinking. I was like 10 years old, but I threw like 2 cans of beer in the fire. Now these weren't pop tops, and when they blew up, I got coated with hot beer.
Oh,
not that I got burned. I was far enough away not to get burned, but I walked in the house and I'm all like beer at like 9 years old or 10 years old. I wasn't drinking. But
That's funny.
All right,
That's beautiful.
where are we at here?
Okay, so we can go either the draft or the extra stout.
Let's go extra stout. Well, actually, would it be draft? What will go by when it comes to strength? I'm just going by bottle size.
We got can.
What the hell did that come from?
It came from the bucket. It came from the bucket.
Oh, so instead of having it in bottle, it's in can.
Yeah, it's still the same thing.
Okay.
Though. So take your
what
pick,
is
Tony.
what is the extra stout?
Extra stout? That's just it's a 5.6.
Is that the can extra, or is that the?
No, this is just like a regular.
So
this is like the nitro can because there's an actual nitro ball in this.
All right, so if you went by like ABV or when it went by like
you'd
level,
be very surprised with the draft.
It would go extra than draft.
Now with the nitro ball in that, do you have to pour that entire can to get the effect, or?
I think you'd still be. I think you'd still
I
be
don't
okay
know.
overall.
When you pop that top, it's gonna
sound wild.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole different like.
Let's go bottle first.
Bottle,
Yeah.
Sure thing. And you're gonna
while you're pouring that, I'm gonna go pee quick.
Sure. Now, like with the extra stout, now it's a 5.6. People don't believe it or not, the Guinness draft is actually a lot weaker, or it's a lower ABV than anything. Believe it or not, it's actually only like a 4.
Okay.
So that's like a little interesting tidbit with it. And oh man, this is pouring dark.
Yeah.
Wow. I've had this at some point or another, but man, it's kind of like reminiscing, just trying to get back into seeing like how these beers taste, and that's it's fun. It really is fun because, like I said before, it's just having your taste buds change, and it's something different. But yeah, this is Guinness Extra Draft, and it's extra stout. Well, you could say, drought, but it's actually pronounced draft. So I'm going to look that up. Guinness extra stout. So this is a Canada-US one then too. So there's no check-ins from me. 13 of my friends checked this in. And it averages at a 3.77 for them, and everyone else, it's 92,000 check-ins at 3.6. This is a 5% ABV beer, even though it says 5.6. And the notes are, it's an Irish dry stout. This is a 5% ABV version brewed in Canada and sold in Canada and USA. This is different to the 5% ABV version sold in continental Europe. This is it, the one that started it all. Crafted to perfection for over 200 years. Crack it open, and the first sip tastes as fresh as ever. The unmistakable deep, dark color, the crisp hint of roasted barley, the fresh breeze of hops. The refreshing bite, the bittersweet reward, pure beer beauty, pure Guinness. Please note the ABV in this particular product varies by region. 4.1% in Germany, 4.2 or 4.3 ABV in Ireland and Europe, 4.8 in Namibia and South Africa, 5% in continental Europe, 5% in the United States and Canada, and 60% in Australia and Japan.
Wait, 6%?
6% in Australia and Japan.
And this is the extra?
This is the extra stout, yes.
Is this the original extra stout?
This is.
All right.
This is.
So when you check this in, it's the Canada-USA version, which is 5%. 9 friends have checked it in, 3.78, 92,000 check-ins at a 3.26. You already did that?
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I'm pumped.
It's okay.
All right. Did you guys already pour it?
You're super psyched.
Am I gonna hate it?
You might hate it. I didn't try it yet.
I just dumped my beer everywhere. Oh. All right. It's all right. We're good.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
All right, I did it. I'm that guy.
All right, we're going to need... No, we are looking positive this is a happy accident.
Here.
Oh, right there.
More from the back to the front.
Right there. Aha, we got it. So, perfection. All right, we're doing pretty freaking well.
It's all right.
Listen,
I've always said this podcast is like a rock band to me, and if your cables don't smell like beer, you didn't do it right. You know how many bands I've used to help out, and you wrap up with it at night, and your cables reek like booze? Hey, there's a bunch of free stuff they're giving away if you guys want to grab some stuff.
Yeah, might as well grab some stuff while you're here, you know?
Keyword, free.
Don't worry, I will take care of all this for you. So.
This is the show we're doing now.
But yeah, that's an easy drinking stout for a 5.6. So, you know, nothing too.
I could see the.
Sorry, guys, I spilled it and making you clean it up. Have a great night.
Nothing to get excited about, but it's not bad.
No.
So I could see the 3.2 or whatever. I'd give it a 3.5 because it's a stout, and I like stouts. But
is it coffee? Well,
it's not really coffee-ish to me.
It's just going to have a dark roast character to it.
It's a slight coffee to me.
Wow.
Slight.
Shocking. Especially for you.
You don't drink coffee, I take.
No. Here's
like, what do you do in the morning for a caffeine rush?
Nothing.
To wake up?
Nothing.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the thing. Dry, man.
I kind of talked to my dad about this, and I think like I had this weird psychological, like, mental block. Like when Grandma and Betty was gone, from what I was told as a kid, I would drink morning coffee with her every day.
Oh yeah.
And the day she left, my dad said I stopped doing it.
Okay.
I honestly think, like, when she, like, everything I liked when she was here, I, like, mentally made myself repulsed by it. Is that weird? Like a weird thing to think?
This isn't live, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I wasn't breastfed as a kid, so I figured it's because I was a preemie. That's why I have a fixation for boobs now. But that's neither here nor there. But
yeah.
you go right ahead.
That'll stay in. That's funny. No, I think it's one of those things where, like, I
Definitely
was, because I remember my dad saying, like, my mom or my dad saying that, like,
yeah, you had coffee. Yeah, you would. Don't get me wrong. It was more milk and sugar than coffee.
Yeah,
but you had coffee.
Yeah, but I remember my mom and dad saying that, like, I used to say my prayers every night before I went to bed. And I remember when she passed away, like, my mom was like, "Oh, you're not going to pray for Grandma Betty?" And I'm like, "No, I'm mad at her. She left me." Like, because as a kid, I understand.
Yeah.
So I think I took it in a different way because how close we really were. Like, I don't have a physical memory of her. I guess because I, like, blocked it out.
Yeah.
But, like, from what I was told, we were, like, fucking tight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, inseparable. Mm-hmm. Like, I couldn't read time as a kid, but I knew exactly what time she was coming home every night from wherever she was at. Yeah. I guess I knocked myself out with the doorknob one time because I ran into the door when she came home or something like that. And the only reason I cried is because I broke my Cheeto, but I had a huge knot in my head, my dad said. I don't know. Yeah.
A huge knot in my head.
I have 2 pictures of her left, and that's one of them, and it's on my arm. Yeah.
But what do you think about this one, Tony? Because you hate the coffee.
I did it. I did it for the because we got welcomed here and they're giving us beer. I'm not a huge fan of it.
And he's a sport about it.
I don't hate it, but I don't like some. There's other stouts that have I guess because it's lower ABV, it's only like a 5. I guess I don't get as much coffee taste, but it's not something that, like, there's beers that I can only do like a mouthful of because it's just too much coffee. Like, I can power through a little bit more of it.
As far as stouts go, it doesn't have the flavor profile to give it something
those napkins,
more
I'll
than
get rid of them. I apologize.
Sure, no,
3
you're good,
something.
you're good.
I'll give my quick review as I step away. I gave it a 2.75.
But Tony doesn't like coffee. He's not a stout drinker. He's been a very good sport about, you know, drinking stouts or anything like that, because we've had some really heavy hitting stouts way back in the day. I don't know, did we have the Buku Saigon with you, Butch?
No.
All right, so it was only your brother Tony that we had it. It was an 18% stout. Oh, I was gearing. I was like chomping at the bit. The 18% stout we had.
Oh my god,
chomping at the fucking bit.
There's some stouts I can drink if they're bourbon aged because the booziness gets rid of the coffee.
Yeah.
Apple brandy and bourbon barrel. Bourbon barrel and apple brandy barrel.
I had a rum aged. I had a rum aged stout up
at Pressed. Not Pressed. At Tapped.
And literally, if you would have threw a pat of butter in that son of a bitch, you would have had a hot buttered rum.
Really?
Yeah. That was a hot buttered rum with a head.
I would love to do an episode there. I would love to do an episode there.
I wouldn't doubt it in the slightest.
How would we pick our beers that day?
They'd be like,
they're on the board. I mean,
what I'm saying though, like, is like, do we each pick our own flight?
Okay,
or like,
you know how we would get introduced? We'd sit in the middle, like we would get lowered on a table that was like a halo, like the Def Leppard drummer. And it's like,
there's so
try
many beers
all
there.
These beers and in the little sippy cups.
If you want, I haven't been there in a while, but I know Scott. I know the owner.
Yeah,
I could
send him our link. See if he likes it. See if he likes what we do.
I haven't been in there in 6 months. I just don't.
6 months? We were thinking like years, Butch. Jeez.
No, that's his hangout spot. That was his hangout spot.
Yeah, I took a cut and pay, and that's not a cheap place to drink.
No,
by any stretch of the imagination. No. But is what it is.
They do great there. They do good. They get good beers. They treat you good.
You very well, and their food's good. It's an all around. Yeah.
All right, let's pour our Guinness drought. We'll clean this up, and let's drink our Guinness drought. Let's do our beer of the night. Let's drink our Guinness.
Let's do the review. Let's do the review. I didn't get to do my review.
All right, yeah, do your review. We're gonna drink the Guinness, then we're gonna circle back and do the Harp cold. And then we're going to do our beer of the night.
Yeah, for my goof.
Yeah. What is the beer of the night?
Beer of the night, basically.
You'll see how we do it. It's a little bit of a process.
The way that we do it is like...
We'll just do your thing first. We'll get there when we get there.
I gave it a 2.75.
As well.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's an okay stout. It's nothing to really brag about. I mean, I think we're just... I'm spoiled over the fact that it had like 15 and 18% stouts and just stouts just in general.
I can drink a bottle of that.
No, I would too. It's just...
I could drink a bottle
of it.
It's a filler. But I wouldn't order another one because it doesn't impress me. I'd go back to something else just because...
100%.
Yeah.
If this wasn't something that we were able to split and try, I would never have had it.
Yeah. I would have tried it and then like, okay, we'll move on. But,
yeah.
Oh, definitely. So, final beer... Well, not final. Technically
we're going to circle back and do another one again.
Yeah. So
Ben's a fucking goofball.
Watch this.
That's the nitro can.
Oh,
I've had a nitro can, the Flamingo,
you can take that. That's actually a 2-can.
And you
is it Flamingo or 2-can you're talking?
We had at Brewfest. The one that the Greystone gave us. It was a Flamingo pink something.
That was a left hand.
Was that that pink grapefruit or whatever?
Yeah, and you cracked it, and it like exploded when you cracked it. All right, so this is the traditional Guinness that you would have.
Okay, I can see the nitro
at every location. This is not anything different than you would get from on tap, I guess. It's just a Guinness, but the can is it's a special edition can. Because it's, I guess, it's a nitro.
That's the old like commercials, like back in the day when they actually featured it, and they really pride themselves on like the nostalgia of it then too, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's a whole process. Like when you go to Guinness in Ireland, I would love. My aunt went a few times, but she said they teach you how to properly pour Guinness. Like the logo, if the logo is on the pint, you pour on the logo, and then you have to time it to your upswing so you get enough head on it. Because you want to release the carbonation, and there's a lot going on there.
This looks really creamy for a head.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous beer. It does look good. So this is a
and
Guinness.
It is like motor oil. You can barely even see through.
But it doesn't look thick.
No, definitely not.
This beer qualifies me for a new badge.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Wow.
This gives me the Countdown is On badge, where it's the check-in one Guinness drought between February 28th and March 17th in 2020, and you will earn the Countdown is On badge. That's pretty cool. So this is a stout. It's a 4.2, very low for a stout, because once again, this Guinness beer is an all-day beer. They want you to have a bunch of them. So they don't hit you too high with the ABV. Swirly clouds tumble as the storm begins to calm. Settle. You want to read that part?
Sure, I'll do that.
Sorry, I'm stealing a little bit of your thunder here.
I know you are always. No, I'm only kidding. I don't mind, but so it's an Irish dry stout. Swirling clouds tumble as the storm begins to calm. Settle, breathe the moment, then break through the smooth, light head to the bittersweet reward. Unmistakably Guinness, from the first velvet sip to the last lingering drop, and every deep, dark, satisfying mouthful in between. Pure beauty, pure Guinness. Guinness Draft is sold in kegs, widget cans, and bottles. The ABV varies from 4.1 to 4.3.
Right, yeah.
So this is a low drinker. And Guinness Extra Cold is the exact same beer, only served through a super cooler at 3.5 degrees Celsius.
This is all free stuff. If you want to get anything, help yourself.
But this is always pretty cool.
I already tasted it. I'm not a fan.
I could take it or leave it, and for the price point, I'd probably leave it.
It's having actual stouts, how has Ben said. Even if they're coffee and I hate them, this tastes like even more watered down coffee taste for me.
I don't like I said. I'm not.
It does nothing for me.
It's okay, and I can say I drank a Guinness, but I'd go back to the Harp Lager before.
Yeah.
I drink
definitely.
Yeah.
I would definitely say
I'm not even scoring it. I'm just checking it in.
That's fine. Hey, whatever you want. Hey,
I don't want to be a scumbag because it's not my type of beer.
No, totally understandable.
It's not my type of beer. It's not something I'm.
I'll throw a 3 at it simply because it's Guinness. They make good beer.
Yeah.
This isn't bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna toss them under the bus.
Here's the cool thing about Guinness.
Follow through with
when people look at Guinness, like I rock my Guinness hoodie, and people are like, "Oh, you like Guinness?" I'm like, "I don't like the stouts." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't like Guinness stout?" I'm like, now I can turn around and say, "Have you had the Harp? Have you had the Red Ale?
Right.
Have you liked their blonde?"
Right.
I'm a fan of Guinness. I'm just not a fan of their stouts.
Right. It's like me with Yingling. Yingling Premium.
I'm not a fan.
If I never drink it again, I'm a happy camper.
I love Chesterfield.
Yeah, I'll drink most anything else they have.
Yeah.
I just don't like their
premium.
Premium.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Their black and tan is good.
Right. I've tasted all of them. The Chesterfield Ale, the black and tan.
I'm actually I don't want to no disrespect to anyone, but there's no way I can't finish that. I can't do it.
But I'll tell you what, I'll say this, I actually like the Yingling Premium.
That'll gross me out.
Yeah.
I do like the Yingling Premium.
There's people love it. I'm not a big Budweiser fan either. Budweiser gives me a head.
Guys, this is all free giveaway stuff. If you want to take anything you want, koozies, T-shirts, the whole nine. Enjoy.
Everything with nitro, if you ever try anything with nitro, there's certain beers that works really well. Well, that left hand flamingo beer that we had, that was phenomenal on draft because it has that little bit of
I'm
that.
gonna just give this to you.
That fruitiness to it. But any other stout, I had a chocolate orange nitro stout, and it just kills everything. It just kills the taste.
It makes it watery,
and it's I just don't care for that. This is fine for what it is.
Guinness on draft is better than in a nitro can.
Put it this way: if you were trying to go for a flavor profile, if you wanted to go for a chocolate orange, don't put nitro in it. Just don't do it. It's not going to work. That's my opinion.
The first nitro beer I had, I don't remember the name of it, but it was a chocolate nitro.
Yeah.
It was a tap. And to me, it tasted like chocolate yoo-hoo.
Ooh, okay.
And literally, if that pixel had tits, I'd marry it. I mean, literally. But yeah, I like son of a bitch. Yeah. But I've tried other nitro beers.
All this stuff on the table is giveaways. If you want to take anything, you're more than welcome to. There's some T-shirts, cozies, coasters, the whole nine. Podcast. Yeah, if you guys want to check us out, we've got some pins for our stuff as well.
Bangin beers.
I said if you want to come, here's our pins. That's our network, and then this is the show. So
very nice.
Check us out. And we're doing some beer samples. So if you want to grab one of the Irish beers and come and review it with us, you're more than welcome.
I'm on keto, so I'm only on the bourbon.
All right.
So Irish bourbon.
All right.
There we go.
Hey, you can do that for us too. Hey, it doesn't matter. Hey,
As a
we're not
matter
gonna
of fact,
we're not
they
gonna
just got
discriminate.
good bourbon here, so yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
No,
There you
no.
go for everybody.
I used to play in a band called Taze and Bender. We played here before a number of times.
Well, I do a lot of interviews with bands as well.
Well, you know what? I got a brand new band. It's called Something Freaky. And
Maybe, yeah, we'll do an interview.
We're going to be the best new cover band in the area, hands down.
All right.
Hands down. We're going to kick everybody's.
Did you ever hear Skook Stock? That happened right now?
Yes.
I ran Skook Stock.
Yes.
That was me.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so hit me
Sure.
up and we'll get your band and we'll get you to do the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very nice.
Did you drink
See?
all them?
The ones that were on the table, they're the
Not
display
empty.
ones. They're the
Yeah,
display ones.
I was the goofball that opened up the warm
he
one.
opened up a display when we drank a warm beer, but yeah.
It was still pretty good though. Hey, you got
These are all the Irish beers. So these are the beers that they have now, but they're in prep for St. Patty's Day.
Do you have any double F?
Depending on what you're into,
Craft beers here?
this is it's mostly Guinness, and the only real craft beer would be the Great Lakes.
should be that one.
Yeah,
The Conways.
yeah.
Yeah, try them
You
out.
can't go wrong, Leave. I mean, depending on what you're into, they're all really good.
Definitely.
All right, so let's grab that harp and let's try that cold.
Okay. Tony, you know what? You break it open.
All right,
I like cracking bread. That's gonna be
cracking
It's
bread.
pretty bad when you have to clean the glass with Killian's Log or Killian's Red.
No, you can grab another glass if you want. We have a whole bunch.
we
of
have
them.
a whole bunch of
There's
them.
a whole
that's right.
there's a whole stack right in front of you. Just be careful, the top is open.
Hey, everybody's pulling a bend today. Hey, I don't care. Hey. If everybody had the same mindset as me, I don't know.
Yeah.
It would go all to hell.
So
but.
we've had the harp earlier in the show, but unfortunately Ben opened the display bottle, so we drank it absolutely room temperature warm.
Now we're revisiting
Now
it.
we're gonna revisit it cold. I liked it warm. I
I did like it warm, too.
I mean,
I'll be like...
It's just as good cold.
would you like another glass? Or you just gonna...
Yeah, you know what? Why not? That'd be
There's
greatly
an
appreciated.
empty one right in front of you.
Oh, no, I have one right here. There we
Okay.
go. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
It's better cold. I do like it better cold, but the flavor profile does not go away because it's colder. It's all still there.
I think it has a little less flavor to it, but it's still
Really?
about the same. Just because it is cold.
Cold. Yeah, I got more flavor from it warm.
Yeah.
Not
So
that
the
I would drink
goofball
it warm.
move is
Yeah.
the better move.
Yeah, if you want more flavor profile, I still don't. I don't.
But that would
my score
probably
wouldn't
hold
change.
true for a lot of beers
Yeah.
because cold
yeah.
in and of itself,
That's-
numbing your taste buds.
So here's the
Yeah.
thing: when we do our show, we start at a certain time, but maybe about 25 minutes before we start the show, we pull all the beers out and set them on the table. So by the time we get to them, they are a little warmer. That's our pro
That's
tip.
That's our prep period. pretty
Yeah.
much,
So you have the arm reach to the beers on the table. So here's what we're gonna do. Right next to the harp, can you put that glass of Killian's? So that'll indicate that we've had the Killian's, just to put it in the running. All right. So you're in charge here, Uncle Butch. You're in charge of this.
Silly.
We'll start with you. What was your beer of the day? And then slide that beer one spot forward.
If you can't
we just
reach
got
it,
to
then
spin the
do what
Great
you
Lakes
gotta do.
around because the Great Lakes is backwards at the moment.
Yeah, I showed it to the girl.
Yeah.
This is like another. Oh, the Smithwick's.
All right, you're going with
Wow.
the red ale. All right,
Smithwick's
Ben,
red ale.
your
Ooh.
beer of the night.
I'm gonna go with. I'm probably gonna go with the same thing too.
The red. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to win beer of the night because mine would be the Guinness Blonde. So the beer of the night was the red ale. All right. So take that out of the running. You put it as far up front you can.
Where do you
Yep,
want
Yeah,
to?
just up front.
Yep, up front.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. That's
What-
the first place.
What would be your number two?
I'll go first with that one.
Yep.
I'll definitely go with the Conways, just because it has the alcohol content in it, and two.
The Great Lakes.
And,
Great Lakes. Okay.
Yep. So that would be my second one.
Okay. What would be your number two?
you have him here within reach too.
Yeah, I'm
so
just.
Yeah.
just keep in mind. So we're at.
That's out. Yeah.
And listen, my number 2 would be the winner, but I'm changing my 2 because it was picked already. So I just want to make that actually put out there too.
I'm going to go with the blonde.
The blonde. Yeah. So unfortunately, you don't go too far up. So unfortunately, blonde has already been taken from me for my number 1, so I can't re-vote for it. So I would also go Great Lakes. So with the 2-1 vote, that's going to be our number 2 of the night.
And I would say the blonde would be my third.
Your third?
My third, yes.
My third would be Harp.
Okay.
That'd be my third.
So that's number 3. Yep. So the winner of the night was Reds, followed by Great Lakes, followed by Harp.
There you go.
Harp really shocked me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So did the Red. I've never had them.
I between me, it'd be Harp and the blonde. It's just
blonde does not place, but that was a fantastic beer. Fantastic beer.
To me, I just didn't want to do back to back the lagers.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I think we broke it up pretty well, guys, to be quite honest with you.
We're going to clean up here. We're going to go around. We're going to shake some hands, kiss some babies, and hand some free stuff out. And then maybe we'll have some people who
politician shit,
maybe have some people who bought one of these bottles and have them come and talk about it, and we'll see how they like it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up, and we may come back for another part and talk some more. But for now, that's going to be the Bangin' Beers. We'll see what happens and see if something else splices in here. So
Definitely.
we'll find out here. See you later, guys.